to talk about common tips to overcome heel pain. Okay, so for those of you who don't know me, my name is Swati, and the last time we did a video, we were talking about what are the causes, the common causes of your heel pain. So we looked at plantar fasciitis, that is inflammation of the fascia, that is the sole of your foot, and we looked at heel spurs. So heel spurs are basically b- uh, bony protuberances or like bony thorn-like projections that are present on the bone that forms your heel, and they dig into the soft tissue, as in the muscles and fat around there, and that gives rise to a heel pain. Okay, so for those of you watching me on Facebook or Instagram, could you please go over to my YouTube after this and then subscribe? And if you like what I'm talking about, you can press the bell icon to be notified of new videos that come along. Alrighty, so moving on to common tips to overcome heel pain. Now, when I say heel pain, I'm referring to both the conditions here. It's just for ease, I'm saying heel pain, but what I mean is plantar fasciitis and heel spurs. Okay, so the very first one, I have quite a few actually, but I'm going to talk about one, two, three. Yeah, I'm looking at my notes here. So I've got three of them for you today. So the first one is okay, let's look at the main complaint. So the main complaint is when you wake up in the morning and you put your foot down on the floor, there is a sharp shooting pain as you put your body weight onto your foot. Okay, so what you have to do is before you even get out of bed, I want you to do some movements. So what are you going to do? You're gonna, okay, suppose this is your foot, because I can't show you my foot here on the video. So you're going to take your foot up and down. So basically, pull your feet in towards you. You can do it both sides, even if your pain is on one side. So you pull your feet in towards you and away from you. And then you make circles. Now, when you make circles, so suppose I'm doing wrist circles. So you see, this is a big circle. I'll just move back so you can see. This is a big circle. However, this is a small circle, right? So you see the difference between this and a full circle. So I want you to make like full big circles with your foot. Okay. So think that there is a pen or a pencil attached to the tip of your big toe, and then you're making a big circle in the air. So you go clockwise, anti-clockwise, whichever way you want to go first, but do both. Okay. So what this does is it warms up those muscles, because you've been lying down for a while. Okay, you've been sleeping in the night. Your muscles are not prepared for that sudden weight that comes on them. So this increases your circulation, sort of gets your muscles up and ready for that weight that is going to come down on them, right? So this is something you're going to do once you get out of bed in before you actually step out or come out of bed in the night, in the morning, sorry. And also, you're going to do this when you've been sitting for a while, and then you're going to get up. So suppose I've been sitting at my desk for say 10, 15, 20 minutes, and I'm going to get up and start walking around. So before that, you want to do a little bit of this. So maybe about like 4 to 5 times. You don't have to do too many of them. You don't have to put in like 5, 10 minutes into this. So just about a 1 or 2 minutes exercise. Another thing is when you step out of bed. So the second point is when you step out of your bed in the morning, or when, I mean, you just sit, you're doing like a regular sit to stand, or you're going from like lying down to standing up, please do not walk around bare feet. And even in the daytime, during the day, do not walk bare feet. So if you're one of those who are in the habit of walking bare feet, please be mindful when you're stepping on, say, a soft padded cushion like you'd find on your slippers or your shoes or your flip flops. That would at least give a little bit of support or cushioning to your heel and your foot. However, if when you put your foot straight onto the floor, it's going to cause a lot of pain, right? So you're going to increase the inflammation in the area, the exactly opposite of what you want to do, right? You want to decrease the inflammation, which brings me to my third point, which is using a cold pack. For those of you who've been following me for more than 2 minutes, you know that I always talk about cold packs, right? So a cold pack is the simplest, yes, yet it is the most effective thing to use. Now, there is a lot of inflammation in your heel, on the sole of your foot, maybe even your calf muscles, right? Depending on how much involvement is there or how long you've had this problem. So, what happens is, when you put the ice in any part of your body that has got inflammation, that the blood vessels in those areas, they will narrow down. Because think of a rubber tube. When you know those rubber pipes, when there's cold weather, they will shrink and they will contract, right? So our blood vessels are like that, so they will shrink and contract. So that is an actual phenomena that happens in your body when you put a cold pack. So what happens is that all that blood that is rushing into the area, causing the swelling, inflammation in the area, will slow down. So your body will have time to wash out all the accumulated fluid in that area. You may think, oh, I don't have a swelling, I don't need a cold pack, but swelling is one of the signs of inflammation. There's pain, loss of function, redness, swelling. I mean, there are like five signs of inflammation, but let's not get into the technical side of things. What I'm saying is, even if you don't have just the swelling, this was just an example I gave you, use the cold pack. It'll help to bring that inflammation down, especially if you've been standing for a while, especially at the end of the day, because whatever stresses have built up during the day will ease out with the cold pack. Now, two things you can do which are specific for the feet. Well, you can use them elsewhere as in the body also, but take a plastic bottle, one of those soda or pop bottles, Coke bottles, take, or a water bottle really, take that, fill it up, just leave a little bit on the top for the water to expand, pop it into your freezer when you fill it up with water, and then roll it under your feet. So when you're sitting down and say, okay, I don't have a bottle here, but okay, for example, if this is the bottle and this is the arch of my foot, you see how well this fits here? Rather than a cold pack, which is like sitting here. So you see, it doesn't touch the arch of my foot so well as a bottle would, right? So that's why it's totally optional. You could use a regular cold pack also, but you can use a bottle of water which has been frozen beforehand, and you can roll that round on the sole of your foot, arch of your feet, or on the heel, depending on which area is sore, or on all of them. There's no harm come from a cold pack. Another thing you can do is, say you're out and about and your pain is a lot, go get a cold bottle of water. Get the coldest bottle of water you can find and use it to roll it on your foot. Right? This is what I do when I travel. Well, nobody's traveling anymore because of COVID, but whenever you're traveling or out of the house and you feel, oh, the pain is just too much, you can use a frozen bottle or a very cold bottle of any liquid. Okay, so yeah, yeah, these were the points. So to recap, a little bit of exercise and movement. So pulling your feet in towards you, out, so away from you, clockwise and anti-clockwise movement of the ankles. Um, Secondly, do not walk bare feet, especially in the morning when you wake up. Thirdly, you want to use a cold pack to ease the inflammation, especially at the end of the day, especially when you've been standing for a bit. Okay. And these are just the 3 points. If you want more tips on how to overcome your heel pain, your plantar fasciitis, or your heel spur, you can look into my blog. I will leave a link in the description below. For those of you who are watching me on Instagram, you can find it in my bio. There is a link to my blogs, and then you can just search heel pain or plantar fasciitis or heel spur. You'll find it there. Alrighty, I hope this was useful for you guys, and do let me know if you try any of this and let me know how you go. Okay, alrighty, I'll see you guys the next time. Bye.